in the midst of surroundings that might appall the stoutest heart. Children played, and men and women wrought on the brink of frightful precipices in space so limited and dangerous that a single misstep made it fatal. It is almost impossible to conceive of any condition in life, or combination of circumstances in the affairs of men, that should drive any people to the rash act of living in the houses of the cliff-dwellers. Men will sometimes do from choice what they cannot be made to do by compulsion. It is easier to believe that the cliff-dwellers, being free people, chose of their own accord the site of their habitation rather than that from any cause they were compelled to make the choice. Their preference was to live upon the cliffs, as they were fitted by nature for such an environment. For no other reason, apparently, do the Moquis live upon their rocky and barren mesas away from everything which the civilized white man deems desirable, yet in seeming contentment. The Supais, likewise, choose to live alone at the bottom of Cataract Canon, where they are completely shut in by high cliffs. Their only road out is by a narrow and dangerous trail up the side of the canon, which is little traveled, as they seldom leave home and are rarely visited. To affirm that the cliff-dwellers were driven from their strongholds and dispersed by force is pure fiction, nor is there any evidence to support such a theory. That they had enemies no one doubts, but, being in possession of an impregnable position where one man could successfully withstand 1,000, to surrender would have been base cowardice, and weakness was not a characteristic of the cliff-dwellers. The question of their sustenance is likewise a puzzle. They evidently cultivated the soil where it was practicable to do so, as fragments of farm products have been found in their dwellings, but in the vicinity of some of the houses there is no tillable land, and the inhabitants must have depended upon other means for support. The wild game, which was doubtless abundant, furnished them with meat and edible seeds, fruit and roots from native plants like the pinyon pine and mesquite, which, together with saguaro and mescal, supplied them with a variety of food sufficient for their subsistence, as they do, in measure, the wild Indian tribes of that region at the present day. End of The Cliff Dwellers. From Arizona Sketches, Chapter 12, by Joseph A. Monk. This recording is in the public domain.